Okay, so it says now using the information from the previous page and the determining the number of electron shells and valence electrons notes. Okay, so that's the notes you just used to complete this page. Okay, and we need a periodic table. All right, so it's kind of hard to see, but can you see that there's actually lines here? Okay, these are our electron shells. Okay. So like on this first one, I've got 1, 2, 3 shells. This one has 2. And then if we can see this, we've got 1, 2, 3. So looking at our periodic table, we can find the element because, for example, let's look at this one. We've got 2 shells. In the first shell, we've got 2 electrons. In the second shell, we have 3. So it would belong in the second electron level, and it's the one that's got 3 electrons. So we would go second electron level, 1, 2, 3. Who lives there? Boron. So this is boron. And does that make sense? Well, because the atomic number of boron is 5, how many total electrons do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So if we know atomic number equals electrons, then that would make sense. But also, it's got 3 electrons in the outer shell, and everything in group 13 has 3 valence electrons. See how that all fits together there? Okay, so see if you can figure those out. All right, like here, let's look down here. We're going to name the element, number of shells, and valence electrons. Okay, so F, find that fluorine, right? So he is in electron level 2 or period 2, so he has 2 shells. So when you go to draw one of these, you're going to draw 2, 1, 2, and I'm just going to put my nucleus here, right? So number of shells would be 2. We've got fluorine. All right, valence electrons. Well, he's in group 17, so he has 7 valence electrons. All right, so that means he's got 2 in the first shell, because how many can fit in the first shell? Just 2, because all we got hydrogen, helium. Those are the total number of electrons I can fit in that shell, 2. And then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the next one. So I would put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons. All right, and there's my atom. Okay, so you're going to do that for each one of these. When you get over to here, though, it says, using your periodic table, place an X in the blank beside each of the following series of elements, which contain elements in the same group. Remember, groups are going this way. So in the same group, but on part B, this says in the same period, and periods are going left to right. Okay, so that's pretty easy. And then on the back page, you're just going to match the groups with the number of valence electrons, but if you've colored your periodic table, you should know the number of valence electrons, because it goes 1, 2, skip transition metals, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 valence electrons, except for helium only has 2 valence electrons because that's all he has. All right, and then answer these questions about where would you find nonmetals, metals, metalloids. This is called your stair-step line. Hopefully you've outlined your metalloids there. And they lie along this stair-step line, and then you've got your nonmetals and your metals this way. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.